It's been a while. Uh, Wanted to take some time today to reflect on this year and kind of pick my brain by having this conversation with myself video wise and, hopefully putting some good positive energy out there to anyone who watches it. Maybe they'll be influenced or inspired to do some reflection on themselves, now that we're closing the year out. And this year's been good, man. For the most part, shit. Can't really complain. But yeah, I'm gonna do some reflection and hopefully this can help y'all and help me in some type of way. Working on a new painting. Don't really know where it's going. Probably gonna do like the double-sided thing here. A little white side on this side. Got this piece of wood from work. We were using the CNC machine and had to cut out like a speaker modification piece, and this perfect little circle came out. So I'm gonna see what I can cook up with it. Maybe gift it to somebody, or keep it. I'm digging it so far though. It's pretty cool. But yeah, here we go. So I think the best place for me to start this video is probably where I was around this time last year. I was about like 2 months out of a relationship that was very intense. I moved in with her. Just as fast as I moved out with her, I was adjusting to being back home. I was dating too, because I kind of just realized the turmoil I put myself into throughout my life, hopping in relationships and then hopping out of them and then going on to the next one. I was still dating, seeing what's up, seeing what was out there. And around this time, I was also talking to a girl that I was very fond of. I'll go into that later on in the video, but yeah, I was also transitioning jobs. Around August of 2024, I took a leave of absence from my previous job. It was killing my soul, and I was transitioning into audiovisual tech work, which is what I wanted to do and what I'm doing now. But that transition was difficult. I was doing like on-call stagehand work, which was a bit stressful. Not having that steady flow of income, But I was still having fun, which was really cool. Still spending time with my friends, hanging out with that girl when I could. Yeah, and it wasn't until, I would say later on of this year, 2025, where I kind of had some rough patches, but just some straight up awakenings. So, yeah, I'll get into that, I guess. I look back at 2024 of this time and I was feeling good. And right now, I feel pretty good. So, I don't know, I just feel like this also reminds me of something my manager said recently, how as you get older, the years turn into more like, when you're a kid, you view them as like actual books. But as you get older, years turn into pages. My dog barked, I'm sorry, but yeah, pages. And that's how it feels, and it's like you realize, what's a day then, It's like a word on the page. And every word is different, for the most part. And sometimes you have the same word in the same sentence. I don't know if that's a good analogy, but I'm just saying, like, you can have multiple good days in a week, multiple bad days. It's whatever your mind makes it to be. But yeah. I'll get into how this year has been for me now, because it's been an interesting one, bro. I had to bring it a little closer so I can make sure you guys can hear me. But I guess I want to start with my mindset this year. in 2024, toward the end of the year, I wrote goals down, and I just wrote some new ones for 2026. I'm sorry I'm bouncing all around, but when I looked back at my goals that I set for this year, I accomplished quite a few of them. So I realized that there's power in writing things down. And that just helped with my mind, just looking at that sheet. I was doing it almost every day, but as time goes on, you start to live life and it just instills itself inside of you. So yeah, that was amazing to see. It let me know that my mind shifted and, I was more goal oriented. I realized that boredom is kind of a big thing for me. I'm still trying to cope with that in the best ways. I spend a lot of my time in relationships, and I feel like that has led to me being used to being with someone and doing stuff with someone. So I guess I'm just falling back in love with myself. Being bored is difficult sometimes, and I feel like it leads to me doing sometimes impulsive things. I know what they are. I don't want to really give them too much shine, but I know the bad ones. So I gotta, that's something I'm still working on. But I've gotten better at it, cutting back on certain things. But being bored sucks sometimes. I fill it with as much as I can. I like to create, read, write, all that stuff, but sometimes I'm just trying to talk to someone, or just be around someone. And that makes me think of another thing with my mind is, I had a lot of spiritual revelations about God, Jesus, and many other things, and that has brought a lot of peace in my life, because I used to think about hell a lot and doing the wrong thing and the afterlife and what's going to happen and if I'm being a good person or a terrible person, blah, blah, blah. But I know who I am at the end of the day, and I don't know, I have this greater sense inside of myself and a firmer understanding of what's around me, my reality, and how to sculpt my reality, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that reminds me of just some difficult conversations I've had with my family about certain things regarding that. And even that has brought some kind of peace in my life, like having those conversations with them, and just, it's like closure almost. And, you come to that acceptance with them and move on, because we're fam and there's no need to beef over the unknown, for real. But yeah, that feels good. It's funny, one of the goals I'll shift to just career-wise now, and just money and how I'm thinking about my life when it comes to materials, and where I feel where I will be, where I will be. A lot of my life I spent squandering, I think is the word I should use for that. My money, just kind of spending it unawareingly. And I've been doing better at that, but that's still a whole process. That conditioning is very weird, and then you have like external factors that work against you. But I realize at the end of the day, I'm the one making money, and it is my decision on what to do with that money. So, I won't get too much into that, but just being smarter with that. I have more of it coming in now with my new job, doing audio-visual stuff, which is something that I wrote down that I wanted to do, and I succeeded in that, which is awesome. But now entering that, I'm thinking even broader. My managers are really cool dudes. Coworkers are really cool dudes. One in particular put me on to something. I'm very grateful for meeting him as well. He's a awesome stand-up person. But he put me on to some game, some game I already kind of knew. It's funny because I was like studying it before meeting him, and just kind of very cool. But he put me on some game, and I've just been studying that and just thinking broader beyond a career and working for a company. Like, what is that? Working, there's honor in that and whatnot, but I need to worry about me, bro, and my family and my loved ones. So thinking bigger, for sure. And aside from that, I'm learning a new skill that will help me reach those levels that my mind is already sitting at. So yeah, I've been locked in on that, man. Trying to get that bag up, for real. Because it's only, in America at least, it's only getting crazier. Around the world, it's only getting crazier. So yeah, and that new job is awesome. The job I had before was not the best for me, and working this is excuse me, I'm very grateful for it. Like I said, writing goals down is very important. So when you see it come to life, it just confirms. Music-wise, I'll talk about music now. Music has just been awesome. I've definitely been diving more into that, experimenting, trying to, expanding the sound, collabing more, trying to really find ways to profit off that too. I've been doing it for so long, and, art and money is a weird thing to mix, but it's a skill. And skills is what matters in this world, because skills bring new things, new inventions, new ideas, new emotions even. So, and I feel like profit should go into that. I try to be as humble with it as I can be. Not too greedy. But yeah, I have made a little money off my music this year, which is awesome too. Something else I wrote down as well. But that's aside from the point. I'm just trying to expand and put great art into the universe, because that's what matters. Shit, dude, I guess I'll talk about women now. I haven't been single in a super long time. I've already talked about that in my videos. I've officially been single for like a year and some change now. And I think this year I don't want to put the number of women I met out there. That's a little exposing. But I met quite a few. And, oh shit, my voice cracked. And I'm trying to not be too negative on just dating and women with what I'm about to say. But I'll just say this speaks what I'm trying to say in this sentence. Out of the many women that I had met, only really liked 2 of them. And I think that shows a lot about society, about myself, and that's pretty much it. But I'm gonna take it within myself, since I'm talking about myself right now. It just lets me know what kind of woman I like. And I won't get into details about that, because that just offers comparison. But I do find that I like anxious girls a lot more, shy, anxious girls. They're a little more easier to relate to and open up to, and just kind of find a sense of kinship. But yeah, man, it's funny, I met them both around the same time, and that just made things weird. And then one of them moved, and then that kind of sucked, and then the other one really wanted to be in a relationship, but I'm like, dude, I can't be in a relationship with you if I'm being sad about this person, you know? That's not cool to you at all. So it all just kind of dwindled away. And now I'm just kind of alone, you know? I've been on a few dates and they kind of sucked, and yeah, I'm just chilling now, which is nice. Still always open to meeting women though, for sure. But yeah, I think I have gotten over a lot of my, not completely, because I did kind of get intense with the girl that moved away, and I feel like that kind of messed some things up. I watched a video about desire today. I'm gonna link it in the description, actually, in how reassurance can, like, you seeking reassurance can not destroy things, but kind of kill attraction or something in that way. It was a little confusing to understand at first, but I think like my soul understands what it means. I'm gonna watch it again, but it was a good one. But you know, I got a little intense with her and definitely was seeking reassurance, and I think that kind of threw some things off, you know? So there's still some things I'm working with. That's more of like attachment based. I just really liked her. She was very different, and you know, you get clingy sometimes when it's like, oh, what's this over here? When I experience all that over there. So, you know, so yeah. But I wish nothing but the best for them. They were both very awesome women. And it's, yeah. But I think I broke most of my bad habits around relationships and stuff, which is good. Because I was going through it, boy. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, man. 2026, we going crazy, bro. I gotta cut back on the social media. The social media is ass, bro. It fucks with my brain. It's just crazy that shit exists. That's a big thing for me next year. I want to make this more of my social media. I feel like YouTube is more communal based. I can be more real and open on here and like have genuine conversations, while I use Instagram to just promote my art and music and business, you know? But 2026, I'm feeling very good about it. And I know there's probably going to be ups and downs, and that's just life, bro. I think the most important thing to remember is to not let the highs and lows sit with your inner self, and always have that like home inside yourself where you're at peace and you're calm and nothing affects you, even good things. You know, you're aware of a good thing, you see it, you're like, grateful for it, and you move on. I think that's the big thing next year for me, and getting that money up and progressing my life to where I am being a fruitful source to the people I love and myself, truly. And just getting stronger, making good ass music, connecting more with outside of reality. And just being yeah, man, being here. And expanding. Oh, one thing I really want to do this year is like build something, bro. I'm gonna build an easel for myself so I can like be here and paint like this rather than having to drop down. That's why you haven't really seen me painting in this video. Like, I did a little bit, but it's kind of hard to do that. So when I'm done with this, I'm about to sit on the floor and actually paint. But yeah, I want to start with something small and then go beyond. creations, bro. It's like God's greatest gift, you know, to create. So yeah, I don't know. I think I talked about everything I wanted to. Next year we post some more videos. I'm gonna try to, well, I will get creative with it. Plotting on some new gear. Let's fucking get it, man. Y'all stay safe out there. Stay blessed. Stay strong. New music, new art. Always, always, dog. Every year, every chapter.